As I talk today, I want you to think about our situation. I want you to think about the situation of our church, churches, pastors, leaders, as well as our pillars of our nation. I want you to think about our situation and don't put it off where you can't really understand what the Holy Spirit is saying in this hour. And I know that we should have a good positive mental attitude, and our attitude should be one that positive and so forth and so on. But you have to be able to understand a lot of things when you talk about a good positive mental attitude and so forth and so on. It's based on reality and not imagine, or reality that's not real. In fact, I want to share something with you before I go. I know the Lord wants me to share this because it comes to my mind. Romans, the 12th chapter. I want to show you something that as we are positive and as we are so forth and go get them and go, then we need to be sober and understand what the will of the Lord is. And that's why I'm saying in this nation, the reason why I'm saying this is because there's a lot of publicity, there's a lot of positive stuff, what it does is causes people to forget the real issues. That's my point. It throws people off of what the real issue is, and it gets into your mind and causes you to be inflated in a way that you should not be inflated, because it causes you to forget God and what He's doing at the present. That bothers me. He said, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Then it goes on to say, and be not conformed to this world, but be transformed, listen, by the renewing of your mind. When your mind is renewed, the problem that we have with the enemy and with the world and with flesh is what it produces in our mind. And if what we're doing and engaging, if it's not producing what the will of God is, then we are off somewhere that we don't need to be. So we have to actually cautiously examine everything that's in our space, especially in this hour, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. I want you to understand that in the midst of all this stuff that's happening, all of these health issues, financial issues, all of these different things that are taking place in our society, even in among the church, God has a will somewhere. Is it the will of God for this or that? And if it is the will of God, what is my response? How should I respond? How should I be thinking? How should I be speaking? How should I be acting? I don't know what it is. All these people want advice and want stuff, and they're not even submitting to their pastors. God set a pastor in the church to give you counsel. And the reason why some folks don't have any counsel because you hadn't confessed anything.